Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio, and I'm currently backstage prepping for the Stockholm Regional Championships this weekend, but we have a new Pokémon TCG Pocket set been revealed, and I've got 5 minutes spare, so I thought I'd tell you all about Shining Revelry. This is coming out on March the 27th, and I don't have too much to add about this, but just while we're here, ranked matches are launching on March the 28th, starting with Shining Revelry. This is a big thing for which a lot of people have been asking. So what do you know about Shining Revelry? Well, we are told this. The new Shining Revelry themed booster pack allows players to discover a variety of shiny Pokemon cards, featuring fan favorites such as Charizard EX, Lucario EX, and Pachirisu, by opening digital booster packs and using the One to Pick feature. Shiny Pokemon cards in Pokémon TCG Pocket sparkle beautifully when tilted, offering an exciting new way to view the cards in a digital format. In addition, from April the 1st, players will be able to obtain a stunning shiny Charizard-themed display board and binder to show off their favourite cards. Beyond shiny Pokemon, Shining Revelry will also introduce Pokemon and trainers from the Scarlet and Violet video games, including charming illustrations for Tatsugiri, Sprigatito, and Iono. So basically, we got shiny Pokemon, we've got Scarlet and Violet, we've got ranked matches, and we have got an awful lot of things to be very, very excited about. So why don't we start off having a look at some of these shiny Pokemon, and it's probably a good start to have a look at Charizard EX. We've been shown both the regular and the shiny version, and this actually works out quite nicely because it means we can see the difference between them. And, you know, just like we see with full arts and all of that in the game properly, yeah, they are the same card. They're exactly the same card, but the shiny version is going to be very, very sought after. People are going to want it. So we've got 180 HP, which is obviously very high. We got a single energy. Take 3 fire energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon, and then 5 energy, 150 damage. So essentially the deal is this. If Charizard works, you win the game. Like, pretty much dead on. If you get Charizard running, you win the game. It's a stage 2, and this is a game where you don't skip evolution stages, so it's going to take you a little bit of time. You're going to have to evolve up into Charizard, get it into the active, use its attack. However, if you use its attack and survive, as in use the first attack to get extra energy and then survive, you're going to win the game the vast majority of the time. This is huge. The problem is the 5 energy is excessively high, and the only real way to get that energy on there in any reasonable period of time is probably going to be to use Stoke, and then you run into, well, frankly, you run into some problems because it just seems like you're asking a lot. Very interesting Pokemon, huge HP, huge damage, but might be a little bit slow. We'll have to figure that one out later. The other EX we've seen is Lucario EX, and again, we've got both the regular and the shiny. And we've got 150 HP, which is not bad for a stage 1. And then we've got 3 energy, 100 to the active, and then you get to do 30 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And again, and I feel like this is a case of a lot of the EXs. This is one of those where when it works, it is going to be great. It is going to be wonderful. You are going to have a fantastic time. When it doesn't work, however, then things are going to get a little bit more awkward. And at the end of the day, 100 damage isn't going to be one-hit KO in a whole bunch of stuff. We are asking for free energy on there. So decent damage, decent HP, but it still doesn't strike me as anything special. Now, we do have a non-EX for which we've been shown the shiny, and that is Pachirisu. We got regular Pachirisu with adorable artwork, and then we've got the shiny version coming in as well. And this one I actually really like. Single energy plasma, 10 damage, and you take a lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your bench lightning Pokemon. And this basically just comes down to, can I use it more than once? Because the deal is, like, if I attach an energy to Pachirisu, do 10 damage, accelerate an energy, but then just get KO'd straight away, well, I could have just put the energy on the bench Pokemon. I've got 10 damage out of it, sure, but that's not going to always be enough. Whereas if I can use Pachirisu 2, maybe even 3 times, I might still be giving up a point in order to use it, but now I've got a bunch of energy on the bench, and that just helps. You can take all of your awkward lightning Pokemon that were a bit too expensive and get them rolling. So they're the shiny Pokemon we've seen. We've seen all 3 of them, and frankly, yeah, I'm kind of in on these. I mean, look, they're shiny Pokemon like we've seen in the main TCG for a little while now. So the deal essentially is, you're either going to like them or you're not. Some of you are going to look at these and go, oh, they're like the ones in the real game, we love them. And others of you are going to look at this and go, mate, that's terrible, I hate this. And honestly, that's absolutely fine. The pull rates of them are going to be a little bit low, it's going to be a little bit sad, but it's still kind of cool that we've got them there. And that makes me very, very happy. Now, what we've also got here is this splash. Well, this is just a little clip I managed to get out of the trailer, and essentially it also shows us Wiglet and Varoom, shiny versions thereof. Varoom is 70 HP, and for a single energy you do 10. Realistically, this is an evolving basic. You get a tiny bit of damage maybe, but it's not... There's nothing special about Varoom, it's there to evolve. As for Wiglet, we've got single energy. One of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random, and you do 30 damage to it. So, it's a little bit awkward that you're not doing the damage to the active, admittedly, because then you could hit for weakness as well. However, come on, that sounds kind of fun. Now, one of the important things about Wiglet is it actually looks like a really good attack. Lets you get a bunch of damage down very quickly, starting on turn 1 if you can attach an energy, but it's only got 60 HP. And 60 HP is, as we've talked about before, there are some issues. You can get one hit KO'd a little bit with that, which is a bit of a problem. But whereas the room just looks like, oh, I'm going to evolve this, it's just there, the Wiglet actually looks really interesting, so I've got my eye on this Wiglet. What other cards have we been shown? How about this artwork rare of Tatsugiri? Look at it! And it's actually really cool. So you've got 70 HP, single energy 20 is fine, but we've also got an ability which gives your Dondozo free retreat. What does Dondozo do? No idea. No idea. I'm sorry, they haven't shown us Dondozo yet. We can be pretty sure there is a Dondozo in the set. I feel extremely confident there's going to be a Dondozo in the set. But the reality is we don't know what this Dondozo does. Sorry. But whatever it does, Tatsugiri gives it free retreat. And honestly, single energy 20, it's not groundbreaking, it's not game-breaking. But it is actually a really interesting attack that just gets a bit of damage down. 20 damage for a single energy on a basic, turn 1, going second, is all right. It's not great, but it's not really supposed to be. It's fine. The other one we got shown here is we got shown a Sprigatito, single energy, and it puts a random grass Pokemon from your deck into your hand. Adore the artwork, but again, this is just a pure evolution fodder. Yes, sometimes you'll get a useful Pokemon and that will be lovely, but it's not really what we're playing it for. It's there to evolve. Now, we have been shown a couple of supporter cards, including I&O. Each player shuffles a hand into their deck and draws that many cards. Basically gives you a hand refresh. And I'm honestly all right with this. This seems kind of cool. Like, you have to help your opponent as well, and yes, that's a little bit annoying, but I think the deal here is you have to just be careful. If your opponent is clearly whiffing what they need, but they've got a 6-card hand, don't give them a new 6-card hand. That's just silly. However, if your opponent's got a 1-card hand, giving them a new 1-card hand probably isn't going to give them that much of an advantage. You can probably have a bit of a play. But we were also shown full art red. Red's here. Yay. During this turn, attacks used by your Pokemon do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon EX. So essentially here, it's double Giovanni. You are doing twice as much extra damage as you would with Giovanni. Yay! But Giovanni does it to anyone. This only works on EXs. And there's a lot of EXs around right now, don't get me wrong, but that's essentially your discussion. Are there enough EXs to make it worth playing this? Remember, one of the best things about Giovanni is allowing Pokemon to do 30 damage they do 20 more with weakness and then 10 with Giovanni, KOs those pesky 60 HP basics. That is one of my favorite uses, one of the best uses for Giovanni, is getting over that 60 HP hurdle to KO basics. Well, Red doesn't do that, but it does then get you over other hurdles to take 2 points on the X's, so could be kind of fun. Oh, and there's actually one more thing, EX starter deck missions. Yeah, they're coming, they're a thing, and there's one of them for each type, including the Charizard we just mentioned, but also it's showing us a bunch of other EXs there. The Charizard and Lucario are there, which is lovely, but it shows a bunch of other EXs as well. Pikachu, free Lightning Energy, 150, discard them all. It's nice, but it is a little bit of an issue of, you have to discard all the energy, and I'm not sure it's ever going to work too much. Giratina for 4 energy does 130, plus it does, I think, 20 to itself. We've not got the best look at these. But then we've got the ability Broken Space Bellow that says once during your turn, you can take a Psychic Energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon at the cost of ending your turn. Do remember we obviously still have Gardevoir that can accelerate energy, which doesn't end your turn, but it is a stage 2. Certainly, though, come on. Early game, especially turn 1 going first, where you can't attach an energy anyway. Oh, this is a ridiculous ability, and we like it very much indeed. Giratina, I've got my eye on. We've got a Tinkaton, 80 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, it does 80 more. Free energy 80 is pretty terrible, but free energy 160 on 170 HP Pokemon, oh yes. We've got ourselves Wug Trio, free water energy on 140 HP stage 1. One of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random 3 times, and 50 damage goes down each time. The way this usually works is, it could be 3 different Pokemon, or it could all be the same. It's kind of random, but there's 150 damage going down somewhere. There is Clodsire, who gets a lot of love, and I love him. 60 damage, but if they're poisoned, you do 120 for 2 energy on a stage 1. That sounds incredibly fun. And let's not forget, we've got the Weezing that, if it's in the active, can make them poisoned. Yeah, Weezing poisons them. This does big damage. I'm just saying. This one's got my eye. Beedrill, 2 energy, 80 damage. Discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. It's a stage 2, 2 energy, 80 doesn't seem enough damage, but I like discarding energy, and 170 HP is nice. And then Bibarel, 4 energy, 100, heal 30. So I'm pretty sure we've got, it's not great. It's a lot of energy, and it's not that much damage. I do like the healing, though. So it looks like they're essentially going to be the EXs from the set. Because again, Charizard and Lucario we looked at previously, they're from this set. The others we haven't seen yet. That's not the same Pikachu EX we saw before. So I think we can assume these are probably the EXs from the set. So there we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Are you excited about the shiny Pokemon? Do you think this set's going to be amazing? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.